The impact is strong. I think that the awareness curve is 15 years. So let's look at it this way. On March 1st of last year, less than 1% of the American population believed that the coronavirus would completely turn their lives up and down. On April 1st, that number was 100%. So the coronavirus had a 30-day awareness curve from 1% to 100%. I was doing a video early in March telling people this is the biggest thing that you've seen in your entire life. And the people were laughing at me. And no video of mine has ever been flamed as much as that early COVID video that I posted in early March. And then obviously things much worse than that happened because I was projecting 150,000 deaths and they were like, you must be nuts. So we're at nearly 600,000 deaths at this point. So the awareness curve of climate and its impact on real estate, because I'm really focused on real estate risk for investors. I still think that we're at 1%. You talk to investors, as far as they're concerned, it's okay, so yeah, climate risk, I know it's a big deal, but I've never really tied it back to my real estate investments. As far as I'm concerned, there is no connection between the two. These are two separate things. And over the next 15 years, we're going to go from zero awareness of that risk to real estate to 100%. And so somewhere along the curve, every investor starts to make their decision on, am I investing in this market and do I understand the climate risk? There are already investors talking about it. When we invested in Houston, we had about 20% of our investors that came to us and said, Houston floods, and you're investing near a bayou, you're investing near the lake. And we had to show to them that A, we were not in a flood zone, and B, we didn't have any units on the ground floor. We had garages on the ground floor, and then all the units were above that. You could have 10 feet of flooding and it wouldn't really affect any of the units. It's just a garage. So we had to have those conversations today with investors. And I think that in the future, there won't be an investment deck in America. Like where Alan Lomax is pitching his 250 unit in Tennessee, Alan's going to need to have multiple slides of his deck that discuss this with their investors. So far, I haven't seen anyone do it. There's sometimes I see an obligatory slide that's talking about floodplains. But other than that, I've never seen it. But I think that you and everyone else will basically need to do this as we go further into this process. So it's a 15-year curve, but like all curves, at the 15-year mark, every single investor in America knows and understands. But even at the 5-year mark, it could mean that 20%, 15% of the investors in the US are making those decisions. So it's a journey, and it may take less than 15 years. I certainly don't think it takes more than 15.